Okay. We are now live. Okay. Hey, Shalom Israel. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakathum to all my brothers. Yahweh Shema, Alathan Bahashem, Al Shai to all the sisters. We are the Isupk. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, has been teaching the truth of the Bible. And that truth includes the fact that so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics or Latinos, and so-called First Nation or Native Indian people are the true Israelites, the true Jews, God's chosen people, the future rulers of the planet Earth. That's right. Understand? And we're here in beautiful Durham, North Carolina. I'm Officer of 1,000 Yanazar. I'll be teaching the class tonight. We've been away, due to the weather. Classes have been canceled for the last couple of weeks. So it's really good to be back in the saddle, so to speak, preaching it, or teaching this word, teaching this truth. We're not preaching because we don't preach, we teach. Yeah. Right? There's a difference, right? So it's good to be back teaching again. You understand? And one thing that I could say that while we were down, you understand what I'm saying? It gave me an opportunity to, do a little bit more studying. You know what I'm saying? And so, I got some good things coming up in the weeks ahead. Also this week on Sunday, it's the Purim, right? The Feast of Purim is Sunday, right? Salakia. It's Sunday, right? Salakia. Damn, it's the 14th or the 4th. Okay, March 2nd and 3rd is the Feast of Purim. And of course, on April 4th in Houston, Texas, we're going to have the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Right. You understand? And that's a law. So we all got to make our best effort to get there, pay your Passover fee, which is $200. Understand, and come and enjoy the festivities and the restoration of your culture. You understand? That's what this is all about. Understand, the restoration of Israel. You understand? Through the Isupk. We've been given the mandate, we've been given the assignment, the job, the work, the responsibility, the commitment to bring Israel back to the Most High God, according to this truth, according to the Bible, which was written only for Israelites. Yeah. And if you can't understand that, if you can't understand that the Bible was written to, for, by, and about Israelites exclusively, you're never going to come to the true understanding about the Bible. You're never going to understand what the Bible is really about. You understand? If you don't understand it, that's a basic premise, a basic truth of the Bible, is that it was written to for the Israelites. We're the chosen people. We're the only people that God communicated with, right? So we're the benefactors of the prophecies of the Bible itself. It belongs to us. It's our record. It doesn't belong to any other nation at all. It's not pertaining to any other nation at all. It's pertaining to the Israelites. You understand? And that's the truth. It always has been the truth. But the world has been falsely led to believe that the Bible is for everybody, includes everybody. But that is not the truth of the Bible. It's not the truth at all. Understand? The Most High only communicated with Israelites. In Corinthians 13:1, Paul says that though I speak the tongues of men and of angels, meaning the tongue of angels is Hebrew. And because we know that the angels had to speak Hebrew because they only communicated with Israelites. That's right. So they didn't communicate with Israelites in German, you understand, or in Spanish or English. They communicated with the Israelites according to their own tongue. their own language. And we can easily prove this in the Bible, okay? But that's not our topic tonight. But we do want to offer everybody the opportunity to ask any questions that they would like to ask. You know, and part of our duty and our job is to answer your question to the best of our ability. And if we're not able to do so, you understand what I'm saying? There's somebody above us or above me that we will record your question and get an answer at a later time if we're not able to give you a concise answer to your question, an understandable, truthful answer to your question, okay? So once again, I want to shout out everybody that's tuning in. I appreciate everybody's tuning in. I know we've been off for a minute, so, you know, I know some people are not aware that we're even giving classes tonight. You understand? But we're back on our regular schedule. We're back on our regular schedule here in Durham, North Carolina. You understand? And so we're going to get into it tonight. I got a topic tonight, you know, like when we see the goings on in the earth, right? Like we see like what's going on in the earth, man. You know, and I mean, in ISUPK, you can't help but when you watch the news and watch TV, you're watching prophecy happen every damn day. We watching prophecy being fulfilled every damn day. And a lot of things that's going on in this earth, particularly the oppression that we're under, it really causes me to get angry at times, you know, some of the things that I'm watching. And then I'm watching these people that are over us, these oppressors, man, and how weak they are and how evil and filthy they are. You know what I'm saying? And I just say to myself, well, damn, how we let these people get over us, man? But we know the answer because we disobeyed the Lord. So the Lord allowed them and put them in a position to come over us because we didn't obey the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? So the ISUPK was placed here, you understand, to bring us back and to reclaim our culture because according to the scriptures, we're going to take the kingdom. We're not going to say, hey, could you please give us a piece? We taking the kingdom. And whether anybody likes it or not, you take it up with the Most High. You don't like it. You understand what I'm saying? So the Most High had an intent. His intent was to put the righteous people, you understand, over the earth. And he offered us that in Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. He offered us, you understand, rulership over the earth in exchange for obedience, meaning he desired that we would be the rulers over the earth. And the Most High, he gets what he wants.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Because it might seem like a long time for us, but it's just been a couple of days, a few days for the Most High to accomplish the things that he desires, right? Is it 40? Yeah, give me 28:1. Deuteronomy 28:1. What is this? Is it Jeremiah? Isaiah. Try that, Isaiah.
And I got it whenever you're ready.
Come on, give it to me, brother.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
You understand? So here's the Most High offering us, you understand, rulership, that we would be the lead nation on the earth if we would obey his laws, statutes, and commandments, meaning that that's what the Lord desired, right? That's what he desired. That's what he wants. He wants the Israelites to rule. I don't know what I did. You get it. Yeah. Hold on a second. Right? Okay. So that is proof that the Most High wants us to rule, right? So Baba Kashar, get me Isaiah 14 And we're going to read verses 24 and 27. The Most High wanted Israel to rule over the earth because we would be the righteous nation. We would rule the earth in righteousness under his laws, statutes, and commandments. That was the offer or the agreement that he made with Israel. He didn't make that agreement with any other nation. You understand? We're the ones that he made the agreement with. He blessed us with that responsibility, and we failed miserably. But here in the last days, we have an opportunity to regain ourselves, to be redeemed by Lord in Christ, right?
That's right.
Read.
I got you.
Got it, read.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 24. The Lord of hosts have sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have purposed, so shall it stand.
Man, I'm telling you, man, when I hear this scripture right here, it does something to me, man. It says, what he has purposed, so shall it stand, man. His purpose is to have a righteous nation, a righteous king, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, rule over this earth. And we could have been there if we had listened. Well, we didn't. So now, if you could, Baba Kashah, read verse 27, Baba Kashah.
Come. Verse 27. For the Lord of hosts have purposed, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back?
So now let's break it down. For the Lord of hosts has purpose, meaning he has a purpose, man. Giving us these laws, statutes, and commandments, choosing us as his chosen people. It has a purpose. He has purposed. And this is what I always say to Christians. Who shall disannul it? Like when we talk about the law, statutes, and commandments, and the Christians say the law is done away with. By whose authority?
Right.
By whose authority is the law done away with? Who can disannul it? If the Most High said it, who's going to cancel it? That's what it's saying. Nobody. You a damn fool to think that you can cancel the word of God. Christ didn't even have the power to do so. So how the hell does the Roman Catholic Church or the Christian Church have the power to do so? Right. They not even follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
Water. Yeah, Baba Shah. And it says, right? Who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out. He stretched out his hand to us. He gave us his hand to pull us back up, to pull us up as the rulers over the planet Earth.
Right.
You understand? And who shall turn it back? Who? You understand? All of you. I'll just say all of you religious people and fake Israelites who want to, some of you are so disgusting and so disgraceful, man. I'm not even going to say your name. You understand? You read this Bible with a righteous heart. You understand? With your mind clear. You cannot tell me that this Bible wasn't written for the Israelites. You understand? You got something? Come on.
If I could, because this is you already started off heavy, Salaki. But this is such a beautiful scripture, because you understand, like, the Lord had purpose, and the Lord purposed Moses in Exodus chapter 17 and 15. I'll read it. And it says, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nisi. Verse 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Like Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Jireh, all of these titles and promises that the Lord had bestowed on us is still in effect. And this is what Isaiah is trying to get us to understand. Like, the Lord is not going to end his war with Amalek because of your Christian pastor.
Right.
It's like it.
Most High in Christ. And what this brother's saying is heavy, because if you read and study the history of Amalek, you see that he's never been at peace in the earth at all. He's never had a generation in history where he was at peace. Never. Never. You understand? And so we know who Amalek is, and we know that what the Most High say, nobody can disannul it. Nobody can cancel it. That's
right.
important to understand that. So when Christians try to say, and fake Israelites try to say that God loves everybody, that is one of the most wicked things that anybody could say out of their mouth. They lying on the Bible, they lying on the Most High, they lying on Christ when they say that. Because Christ didn't love everybody. Now, we're going to get into my topic. We're going to get into the topic. The topic tonight is redemption with vengeance. And I made up this class because I'm watching what's going on in the earth. And I'm watching the classes, Commander General Yohana, General Mahaiman, you understand? Captain Tazariak, you understand? Captain Katazar. I'm watching them. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm seeing the evil that's going on in this kingdom in a way that I've never seen it before.
Right.
Like the whole sheet, the whole cover has been pulled off of them, man. You understand what I'm saying? The whole what is it? Give me hold that, Baba Kashah. Give me Thessalonians, what is it, 2 and 3?
Which one? First Thessalonians?
Yeah, is it first? I think it's 2 Thessalonians when it's the man shall not be revealed.
The man of perdition.
Yeah, you'll give me
that's
Isaiah 63 and 7.
This is, it's like a 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
Understand? Let no man deceive you by any means, no kind of way. You understand? For that day shall not come. What is that day? That day is the day of the Lord, the day of destruction, the return of Christ. Except there come a falling away first, a change in the course of human history, which is not going to happen. That man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that's what we're seeing right now. Like, I mean, those Epstein files, I cannot teach a class without speaking about that. I cannot. Some of the things that I heard even blew me away, and I thought I heard, oh, shit. Beef jerky made from human meat, eating children, yeah. Man, having sex with little kids, man, and paying money. Like the whole Epstein thing to me, right? When I look at it, I say, listen, we all know that when they do crime investigation, they follow the money. Not in this case. All of those transactions are still on record because we had computers in 2008, in the 90s, in the 2000s, 2010s. All of those transactions are traceable. But yet they turn around and they protect the guilty.
Right.
And persecute the innocent, man. That's a sign right there. That tells you right now, you understand, that the man of sin is revealed. I said a few months ago, I was having a conversation with Officer 500, my shard. I was saying, like, Trump is like, to me, he's the epitome of Esau. Like, he's Esau incarnate. Because I've never seen such a vain and hateful and selfish, self-absorbed person in my entire life. That is not an exaggeration.
Yeah, right.
This dude stopped in New York and New Jersey. They doing a new tunnel. A new tunnel they building under the river to connect because all of the trains and stuff is getting clogged up with the old tunnel. So they building 2 new tunnels. You know, this man stopped the financing of the tunnels. The finances was already approved, but he stopped the payment unless they would name Penn Station in New York City after him and Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. after him. And he did it. The judge yesterday had to, tell him he can't do that. Say that was unlawful. But he did it. You understand what I'm saying? That is a vain person. Evil. All of those jobs and all that money and all the economics that's attached to that project, just because he wants his name on Penn Station. Like, I'm never going to call it Trump Station ever. And then here he is, Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. He wants that renamed after. He already renamed the Kennedy Center, the Trump Center, and put his name over Kennedy. So the man of perdition is being revealed, meaning a nation, the wicked nation. You understand? That brings us into the condition of hell, because that's what perdition is. You understand? And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing these things happen before our eyes. Understand? And we recognize what it is. So, Baba Kashar, give me what you got. Isaiah 63 and 7.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 7. I will mention the loving kindness of the Lord and the praises of the Lord, according to all that the Lord hath bestowed on us.
Hold up. All that the Lord bestowed upon us. Yeah. Us being a possessive pronoun.
Right.
Who is the us? You know what it is. It's Israel.
Right.
We're the us. You understand? I will mention the loving kindnesses of the Lord and the praises of the Lord, Yahweh, according to all that he has, Salakia, he has bestowed upon us. Read on.
And the great goodness toward the house of Israel.
There it is. Read on.
Which he hath bestowed on them according to his mercies.
According to his mercies, man. His mercies, man. We're not worrying about the oppressor giving us mercy, because we know that he's not. We're not worrying about his mercy, but we're concerned about the Most High's mercy. We want to be under his mercy because his mercy is greater. You understand?
Right.
We're under his mercy. Read on.
And according to the multitude of his loving kindness.
Like
kindnesses. Oh, it said loving kindnesses.
Okay. Most High Christ, meaning multiple. Like the loving kindnesses that the Most High has showed Israel, we can't count them. We can't. We can't count them. You understand? So that's how I want to start this, because this is the redemption with vengeance. Yarmak, Baba Kashar, give me Zechariah 9 and 9. We're going to read 9 to 13.
This is
Zechariah 9 to 13.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just, and having salvation, lowly, and riding upon an ass, and upon a colt, the foal of an ass.
So now, this is Christ when he first came in. This is talking about when he came into Jerusalem on the donkey, right? Because Christ is our king. We don't have no other leader. We're not looking for none. We're not voting for anybody. Christ is our king. He's our leader. That's it. Right? Read on.
Go on, verse 10. Verse 10. And I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem.
Read on.
And the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace unto the heathen.
Okay, so let's stop right there and let's break this down, because this is heavy right here. You understand what I'm saying? What this is talking about, when he says that I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim, Ephraim is the northern kingdom. That's who Ephraim is. Right? I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem. So now, according to this, the chariot and the horse are separate, because the horse is Israel or Judah, the southern kingdom, and the chariot is Ephraim, right? So they're separate. So now, he's saying, I mean, Jerusalem represents the southern kingdom, Judah, which is Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, right?
God.
So now, read on.
Come in the middle of verse 10. And his dominion shall be from sea.
No. Read from battle bow.
Come. And the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace unto the heathen.
So now what this is talking about here is the reunification and the end of strife between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. You understand? That's part of the redemption. That's what we're seeing here now. When we're seeing the Hispanic, most of my life, I always thought that they hated black people and they hated Hispanic people secondary. But what we've seen over the past few years is that they hate the Hispanics just as much as they hate us.
That's right.
Because we're the same people. Understand? So here, the Most High, through his work and through the work of the Isupk, we're going to heal the breach between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. It's going to happen.
Yeah, right.
That's what this scripture is talking about, right? And he shall speak peace unto the heathen. You understand what I'm saying? When we come together, that's all we're going to speak to them, because something else is going to happen. Read on.
Come. And his dominion shall be from sea even to sea.
So when we come together and we put away aside our rift, you understand? Christ is going to be ruling from sea to shining sea. You understand? Read on.
And from the river even to the ends of the earth.
The whole earth, man. Christ is going to rule, and we're going to be the first-class citizens. We're going to be the rulers, because the 12 tribes of Israel, Commander General Yohana always says this: you better realize the power that's in the 12 tribes of Israel, the native Indians, the so-called Latinos, Hispanics, and so-called black. That's what Commander General Yohana said. He said that years ago, but it always rings in my mind, because we're observed in the world as being powerless. But then when you can look at all of the things that we've accomplished in slavery at the bottom, you're in trouble.
Right.
You're in trouble. So now, Bible Kashara, verse 11.
Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 11. As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant, I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit wherein is no water.
You understand? We're the prisoners in the pit. In the water is the truth and the knowledge, man. They cut us off from it. But we coming out of the pit now. We coming out of that pit. You understand? We coming, like the Most High in Romans 15 and 4, it says that everything written aforetime, written for our learning, that we through patience and what is it? Patience and faith. How's it go? Give it to me. I always mix it up. Romans 15 and 4, real quick.
I got you. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Understand? Patience and comfort of the scriptures. We're supposed to be comforted with these scriptures. This is what we're patient for. We're living for this. We're living so that our people could come out of this pit. Aren't you tired of being under these damn devils?
Right.
Do you feel right being under these devils? No, you don't. Some of you who doesn't no longer have your heart or your love for your people, you love being a slave. You've accepted being a slave. But the Isupk County Commander General Yohana teaches us that the Bible teaches us that we are not homeborn slaves.
That's right.
That's
That
right.
we are rulers, and that we shall attain rulership, and that we're going to be redeemed, and we're going to learn about it tonight. You understand? The prisoners, we're coming out of that prison. The prison really, of course, we're physically in bondage, but the most devastating bondage is this. It's your mind. You understand? We're suffering through a Stockholm syndrome type of mentality that's unprecedented in the world. Maybe during the time of the Greeks and the Romans, but at least then we knew we were Israelites. But we're suffering through Stockholm syndrome, man. Loving our oppressor, our enemy, man. And all they want to do is destroy us, right? Baba Kashah, verse 12, Baba Kashah.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 9, and verse 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee.
And double unto thee is our suffering. We're going to get double back for the suffering that we've suffered under these people, man. Yeah, they make an open attempt, an open policy to oppress us and to destroy us, man. And now it's clear to the whole world. All you got to do is look and see. You understand?
Come on.
Now, here we go again. Baba Kashah, 13.
Come on. Verse 13. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim.
Let's stop right there. So now I've bent Judah. Judah is the bow. Right? The Lord has bent Judah. So imagine a bow. This is the bow. He's bending the bow. That's what that means. He's bending the bow. He's getting ready to shoot. Read on.
Come on.
No, Salakia. I have bent the bow for me and filled the bow with Ephraim, meaning Ephraim is the arrow.
Come on.
Ephraim is the arrow. Understand? So this goes back to the previous verse talking about us putting aside our differences. That's what's going on in the earth right now. We got to keep an eye on it because they're going to try to stop us, but they're not going to be able to do it from coming together. You understand? Read on.
And raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man.
Gotta love that. Now, O Zion is the weapon. Zion is the weapon. We're the weapon. One of the nicknames that we're called in the Bible is Zion, and that means the weapon. And here he is describing the workings of the weapon. You understand? And made thee as a sword of a mighty man. Listen, when these tribes come together and when Christ come and take their heart from them, that's what he's going to do. He's going to just take their heart. They ain't going to, they're going to try to fight, but it ain't going to be good for them.
Right.
You understand? And then they're going to lose heart. That's what the scriptures say. You understand?
God.
Just imagine a bully. Like, he got a big old stick. He been whipping everybody with that stick. Then somebody come and hit him upside his head and take the stick from him. He's going to lose heart. That's what's going to happen on the planet Earth, man, moving forward. We're getting closer every day.
Damn right.
Understand? And made thee as the sword of a mighty man. Good gracious. I love, like, the warrior spirit in us. We love reading about stuff like this. We love it. I'm trying to tell you. You understand what I'm saying? The brothers in Isupk, we love stuff like this because we are warriors at heart, man. You understand? There's a scripture when we were coming into the Holy Land, and Most High said, I got to teach them war. You understand that he had to teach Israel war because we didn't know war. We only knew oppression in Egypt. We didn't know how to fight. We was happy with them flesh pots. Being slaves. Most said, nah, yo. Love the Most High, man.
That's right.
Because we know that the Most High know what he's doing. We don't know what the hell we doing unless we're doing what the Most High tells us to do. But the Most High know exactly what he's doing. You understand what I'm saying? The ISUPK is here to prepare us for rulership. I don't like being ruled by these devils.
We have a question for you.
Come on, let's go.
Come on. Trooper Yazakar asks, Salaki Adawan, why must hope in verse 12 come before empowerment in verse 13?
That's an excellent question, brother. And I can't answer that question because we were destroyed. We was destroyed and out of our minds. We lost our culture, our language, our land, everything. So in order for us to come back to the Lord, we have to find a hope in it.
Right.
We have to have a hope, something to hope for, man. When we come into these classes, wasn't your hope renewed when you sat in these classes? When you sit in these classes, doesn't it renew your hope? What was you hoping for before you came in here? That's the question we ask each other. We ask ourselves, what was I hoping for before I came in here? I was hoping to survive. I always loved my people, but I didn't know who the hell they were. I thought they were African American. But I know who you are now.
That's right.
And my hope is the same hope that every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian so-called should have.
Right.
You understand? That's why we have to have hope. That's why he put it in there, that through patience and faith in the scriptures, we might have hope. Meaning that the hope that he wants us to have is what the scriptures tell us. That's my only hope. I on everything. I don't have no hope at all for this world outside of these scriptures at all. And I'm telling you now, if you have any hope outside of these scriptures, it's vain.
Right.
We want rulership, man. You understand what I'm saying? We want rulership. There's certain things I remember, and I ain't gonna keep repeating them over and over again, but I remember some good stuff when I first came in here that renewed my hope and gave me a larger scope on what hope is. You understand? So, Baba Kashah, my brother, I hope that answers your question. The Most High, you have to have hope, man. Faith is hope. The things that we do when we go to camp, that's hope. We hope that we're going to get a brother to come in, a sister to come in, a family to come in.
Right.
That's hope. Faith and hope works together. Baba Kashah. Now, give me Micah 7, 18 through 20, and Yarma, give me Zephaniah 3, 19 and 20. So Micah, you understand, 7 and 18. Let me get there with you. Zephaniah 3, 19 and 20. Micah chapter 7, right? And we're going to read verses 18 and 20. Read.
Okay. It's the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 18. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage?
See that? You understand? Remember we was reading about mercy? So here he's saying, who is a God like unto thee? Who is a power like unto thee?
Right.
That pardoneth iniquity and passes by the transgressions of the remnant of his heritage. That's you, Israel. We're the remnant of his heritage, man.
Right.
And at some point, when enough of us come back to the Lord, depending on him, you understand, he's going to put away our sins. That's what he sent Christ for. He's going to pardon our iniquities, man. You understand? Read on.
Come on. He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy.
Just like he delighted in destroying us because of our wickedness. He kept giving us chance after chance. So then he said he's going to delight in to do you evil, man. I'm paraphrasing. But now he's going to delight in having mercy on you. Because you're learning a lesson. This is the thing about the Isupk under Commander General Hana. We're here to tell you about the lesson that we had to learn. And we're still learning it. Until Christ come back, we're going to learn that lesson. You're going to learn who you are, and you're going to learn to come back to the Most High God, because he has spoken it. He said it. That's right. Read on.
Verse 19. He will turn again. He will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities, and thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea.
Read on.
Come on. Verse 20. Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob.
The truth. We're going to perform the truth. You understand? That's work, a performance of the truth. You got to live it.
Damn.
You got to perform the truth, man. You got to go at the truth with fire, man. You can't falter.
Right.
Because it's a great mercy, a great gift. Understand? Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob.
Damn.
You understand? Come on.
Come on. And the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old.
Understand? Who's going to annul it? I keep asking you.
Right.
You dumbass Christians, man. You stupid, man.
Right.
For going against the Lord, man. And we warn you here in Isupk. We blow the trumpet for you. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that caught up in that Christian church, man. We blowing the trumpet for you, man.
Yeah.
Because you're caught up in danger, man. We all in danger.
Right.
Because salvation is to be rescued from danger. These other nations are not in danger, but amongst each other. You understand what I'm saying? But we're in danger to all of these nations. They putting these Africans over us, man, like it's watermelon or something. They putting these Africans is everywhere. Every time I turn on a movie, you know what I do now? Out of habit, I check their pedigree. And them Africans, people you don't think is African. Every movie, every TV show. You understand? Even that one that I got through watching, what's his name? Wonder Man. You know what I'm saying? They putting these Africans over us, man. And they hate Africans, but not as much as they hate us.
Right.
They putting the Asians over us, the East Indians over us. They have their own homeland and they rule over us in our lands, particularly the Caribbean, where we're the majority. But they still rule over us. Good. Steal our music. Try to come with that funky ass African beat shit.
Right.
I never listen to it. I hear it click.
That's right.
They don't love us, man. They ain't, according to Psalm 83, they in cahoots. They're confederate against us with the white man, man. And we see it. And we speak on it.
Damn.
Right?
Select.
Come on, what's
Trooper Yazakar asks Salaki Adawan, what is the difference between iniquity and transgression?
There's no difference. If you can look up the word, right, you might find a little difference. You understand? But iniquity is breaking the commandments. Transgression is breaking the commandments. So there's not really any real notable difference. You understand? There's not really any notable difference. If you look up the definitions of the two words, you'll see that they're the same thing, but a different expression.
If I could, it's like you're right. There is no notable difference, but just it's like if you're being very meticulous, right? Then the transgression would be something like you knowingly do wrong, like when you just sin against the Lord. The Lord said, "Thou shalt not steal," so you steal anyway. But the iniquity that they have is something that is inside of you that pushes you to sin, and they're both the same thing, right? Because like you're saying, you're both sinning, but your iniquity is something in you, like how we had the Sadducees and Pharisees. Their iniquity was terrible because they were so corrupt inside. You understand? Like their soul was corrupt, and it pushed them to be the leaders that we know that we had. You understand? So that you're right. To answer the question, you're right. There is no difference. The outcome is still a man sinning or being wicked.
Right here. I was trying to brother answer. He added to the answer. You understand? It made it more plain and understandable. You understand? Because like what we want to do is we don't want to go against the Lord in transgression or in iniquity. You understand? And the end result of both of them is breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the end result. A little bit different motivation, maybe. You understand? But it's still the same result. Right? What's wrong? Testing, 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, this.
We got a little technical difficulty. We're gonna try to take care of real quick. Try it again.
Shalom. Yeah,
That's a little better.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. Baba Kashah. Zephaniah 3 and 19. Baba Kashah.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth. And
Salak. So, hold on. Let me go ahead and read. I got to get there. I didn't get there yet.
Come on, want me to read it again?
Yeah, Baba Kashah, bro.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
That's what I'm talking about. So here we are. Behold, at that time, it's still talking about a particular time. It's talking about the restoration, the redemption of Israel, right? Behold, at that time, I will undo all the pain and suffering. That's the affliction. I will undo all that afflict thee. All the people, all the situations, the system, the governments that afflict us. You understand? And I will save her that halteth. To halt is to stop, right? Right? So we're the ones that were stopped because our whole culture, our whole life was halted.
Right.
You understand? And gather her that was driven out. That's us. You see, in most of the descriptions of us, we're referred to in the feminine in certain instances because the Most High, we're like the bride of the Most High. We're the wife that whored on the Most High, in a sense. So we hear us being described in the feminine because that's talking about the contract. The contract between us and the Most High is like a contract between a husband and a wife. You understand?
God.
So we're the ones that were driven out. They think we from Africa. I don't know how far they couldn't driven us much further. We on the other side of the world. We were driven out, right? And I will get them praise. They're going to learn who we are. They already kind of know. Because, like, just a couple of weeks ago, man, the sister that invented the GPS, man. The brother that invented the cell phone, all of these things we invented, because the scriptures say that Jacob ain't like them. He is the former of all things, man. You understand? And we're capable more than they know. You understand? They kind of know and they want to use our gifts, but the Most High know that we got something that they don't know yet. They're going to find out.
That's right.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? They're going to find out. Where we have been put every land, and we're going to get fame in every land that we were put to shame. Now, ain't that something to be hopeful for?
God.
Aren't you trying to be called, we call each other, and I don't care if they call me nigga. But I'm tired of being a nigga from the sense of the world. But to my brother, I don't have no problem at all. Even if a person calls me a nigga outside, I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to call him whatever I need to call him. If a devil call me a nigga, I'm going to call him a devil.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Don't bother me, but he's not my brother. Right? So all the places where we've been put to shame, look at America. Look at what has happened to the tribe of Judah here in America. You understand? Where our women have become the sex symbol of the world. She's the whore for the world. She running around with 14 different color hairstyles, half naked, going over to Abu Dhabi, wherever the hell that place is, having men defecate and urinate on them for some change.
Right.
So our women have become the sex symbols. And we don't like it. So we doing something about it. That's the shame. The shame. You understand? Where our men who are the best fathers are construed or viewed by the world as being terrible fathers. And that's a lie. That's a damn lie. Bob Kashar, verse 20.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 20. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord.
Now, we keep talking about the word hope. Meaning you're going to see the you're going to see the turning point of your captivity. You understand? The Most High turns his back on us after we turned our backs on him.
Right.
And he wants us to turn back to him so he can come back to us and help us because we're his children. You understand? We're the ones that he chose to love above all the nations of the earth. I will make you a name and a praise among all the people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, meaning you're going to see it, saith the Lord. He's going to do it. You understand? Baba Kashar, give me Haggai 2 and 22.
Good. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 22. And I will overthrow the throne of kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of kingdoms of the heathen, and I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses and their riders shall come down, every one by the sword of his brother.
You understand? So he's going to overthrow all these kingdoms, man. I mean, this is written throughout the Bible. This is in Revelation. You understand? It's in Isaiah. It's all over the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? But certain times you want to hear it in a little bit of a different way, right? I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them. This is talking about their weaponry, the things that give them power. The strength of these kingdoms is their weaponry and their riches. That's what gives them power. It's not righteousness. It's not democracy. It's Epstein Island.
Right.
You understand? Epstein Island is probably worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. Like the things I've been hearing about Epstein Island, I would have never even imagined it in my life. I couldn't even thought of it myself, some of the things that they were doing. You know what I'm saying? And then the people that was doing it is funny. That part is funny when you read their name. Somebody told us yesterday in the class that Pamela Bondi said that if they would release all of the names in the Epstein files, and if they were prosecuted, that the whole system would collapse. That's why they doing it the way they're doing it, man. There might be a couple of guys that are fall guys. We might get to the point where a couple of them might get a little slap on the wrist. We might see that. You understand? But don't we already know the truth about it, though? Don't we already know the spirit of what they were doing, man? These are the majority of these victims were white people, white children. Now, I know they had a couple of sisters there and a couple of brothers too, but the overwhelming majority, they was getting them from Latvia and Eastern Europe, and mothers were selling their daughters to them. It's crazy, man. Baba Kashar, Micah 5 and 15. Quiet bar, you get that for me. Micah 5 and 15. Yarmak, get me Malachi 4. We're going to read 1 and 3.
Good.
And Yakatazah, you get me Amos 9 and 8. Shakatazah, what did I say? Oh, Shakatazah, Salaki. That was a slip of Yeah, Amos 9 and 8. It's just when you get it, just stay there. So we're going to read Micah 5 and 15. Because this is about the redemption with vengeance that the Most High is going to take on these nations. You know, the Most High's word is surer than sunshine.
Right.
So Baba Kashah, Micah 5 and 15.
Khan. It's the book of Micah, chapter 5, verse 15. And I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard.
In case you didn't know who the heathen are, they're the other nations.
That's right.
The Most High is going to take vengeance on them with anger, because in the book of Romans, I think is verse 29 and 22, is around there somewhere, where the Most High says, you understand what I'm saying? He talks about his long suffering. He's long suffering watching, because the Most High had to do what he did. He had to do it because he gave his word. So Israel had to suffer all of the punishment. He had to do it, or he wouldn't have been a righteous God. But he's suffering, man. Right. Just like any father will suffer watching his children harmed and destroyed. Like, this, to me, speaks to the greatness and the majesty of the Most High. To sit back all this time and watch these devils do all of these things to us, man. You understand? Sell a girl and for wine and a little boy. However it goes. You understand? To me, I don't think there's anything too much worse that you can do than to make a little boy into a little girl. To me, that's it. That's some evil. That's so evil. It doesn't even register. I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they haven't heard of what the Most High is going to do to them. But we know. Ain't nobody told them yet. We trying to tell them. But then they don't believe us. We're just some, brothers in some funny looking costumes to them. I see him when we at camp. I see him walking by, and a white man will whistle to his wife. Look at these dumb. Look at him. This is our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We see him all the time, man. Yeah. I'll be laughing at him too. One white dude rolled up in a pickup truck. He said, "Hey, man, we see y'all. We see y'all." Like he was like threatening. I said, "Nigga, the Most High see you." Right. How about that? Okay. So now, Malachi 4, verses 1 through 3.
It's the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
And you ever put your hand in the oven and get something out the oven? I know we all have, and say how hot it is, and that chicken in there burning up, getting crispy. Slack. You understand? The day shall burn as an oven. That's talking about on the earth. Read on.
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
That's heavy, man. I'm scared of the Lord, yo. That's right. I am. I really am. Because the Most High, who's going to know this? Who's going to stop him from doing it? That's what you got to ask yourself. Who's going to stop him? Read on, brother.
Verse 2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
And so now, calves of a stall is well taken care of. God. They fed good. You want to fatten them up. That's what he's talking about. He's going to take good care of us, man. We're going to be in the kingdom. We're going to be running things. You understand? We're going to eat good, lawful foods, clean, fruits with seeds in them. You understand? Sweet watermelons and cantaloupes and all these things. Good. You understand? That's what I want. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. And this is not a lie and no exaggeration. That when I was a kid, right, I was very poor. And we used to have this big fruit stand run by these Jews. And I used to run by there and snatch fruits right on Tremont Avenue. And man, those fruits were so sweet. The fruit they got out of, especially grapes and them cantaloupes and the melon, is whack compared to what they had back in the day. Why? Because back in the day, everything was grown naturally. They came out with the sun-kissed orange. That was the first one. They tricked the hell out of us. I don't know if y'all remember, back in the early 60s, mid-60s, they came out with the sun-kissed orange, the first orange with no seed. And they sold it to us like it was such a great thing. Everybody was buying sun-kissed oranges. Oh, man, no seeds, man. We could just gobble it up, no seed. They done poisoned the food, man.
Right.
And we didn't know. Now, you can't even find grapes with seeds in it unless you go to certain markets. They even got watermelon. This is one thing I've never eaten. I've never eaten a seedless watermelon. I'm not. No, I did taste one time. But I'll go without watermelon before I buy a seedless. That's just my little protest against it, because Commander General has told us don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But that's crazy, man. Like, why we can't have no seeds? You know why? Because they want to. You tell me why.
Salakia. Some of that stuff ain't real. It's made in Salakia, but
you're right.
It's made in laboratory, like seedless watermelons are laboratory made.
Why is the question?
So they could poison us. They could kill us.
Okay, that's true.
Salakia.
Is it to keep us from growing our own?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it is. You understand?
Absolutely. That first.
That's first. Then poison. Then they get the poison. Yeah. Because the poison is the lack of the natural nutrients that's in the food through the genetic maneuvering. I'll just call it that for lack of a better word right now.
If I could, that because you look at all of the health defects that we have even in the world, and that's what makes a white man such a devil, is because he'll do this to his own people. He'll do it, just to get us. But the white man banks on that. Some of his people will have the knowledge to go and get all of these. Like, you know how many vitamins a nigga gotta take to be healthy, and they have to make these vitamins because they're taking the nutrients from the food. The vitamin D and the vitamin C that you take in capsules for, you're supposed to get when you eat watermelon for snack. You're supposed to get when you eat the oranges, but like you said, they taking the nutrients out of the food and then supplying what is it, Big Pharma? Big Pharma gets rich by reselling you the nutrients that you're supposed to already have. I was already supposed to get the vitamin C when I bought the oranges. So now I spend money on the oranges and I got to spend money on the vitamin C. Salakia, cool.
Like the medicines and the foods of the earth are natural. Marijuana, even the coca leaf. The coca leaf is lawful. What they used to do is they used to take the leaf, because they used to work up in high altitude, and they would put the leaf on the top of their tongue, and it would give them energy. You understand? But what the white man did, no.
Don't get no ideas, Mike.
Yeah, but give me that, bro. Because give him the mic. Let him say that.
Salakia, and it also stopped them from eating.
It did. They didn't use food, and then it began to be abused. Okay, right. So let's put that out there too, the water for that. But you understand, the medicines, all medicines, every medicine that you take, every one is from a plant. Why they just can't give you the plant?
Right.
Why they just can't make natural medicines, right? You understand? Because he wants to be God. and he wants to, like, I ain't want to say this, but I gotta say it. Like, when Trump made this new beautiful bill, it went into effect, and the medicines just went crazy. Like, some of my medicines, like they tripled the price. Yeah. You funny. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
It's like it's so heavy, man, because we think about the scriptures in Exodus when we left Moses. I mean, it's like a Pharaoh, and now if black people even began to think, I would leave America. If you leave America, how you gonna have an EpiPen? How you gonna deal with diabetes? How you gonna deal with high blood pressure? How you gonna deal with these things when you need the oppressor for everything? So I feel like that, partially that's why we don't have natural remedies and stuff. Because if you knew, hey man, I got diabetes, so if I want to, help myself, you got this in the that grows naturally in this. Well, then if we left America, then we will be able to fend for ourselves and take care of ourselves. But if we leave, we're gonna be scavenging through the stores trying to find the last little bit of medication. So like it.
The scriptures say that a wise man takes no note or heed of his diet. So if we eat right, that eliminates 90% of disease right there. Just eating clean food only and eating natural foods. You understand? The Most High is going to restore everything. Understand?
Good.
So now, did we finish 2?
Good. We finished 2.
Read 3.
Good. It's the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 3. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this. Saith the Lord of hosts.
So remember, you're going to burn them up. They're going to be ashes. The ones that's over there, they still alive. The burnt up one is going to be ashes under your feet. See, sometimes I like to make light of certain things, make fun, but, I love it, man. Because who's going to stop him from doing it? Right. That's what I want to know. I hate Christians. Anybody out there? You got an answer? You say the law is done away with. That's that Old Testament. Right. That's that old law. Yeah. Okay. You're going to see. We've been warning you Christians, and you Christians want to make Jesus God so that you don't have to obey the law, statutes, and commandments. Jesus is a man even right now in heaven. He's the Lion of Judah right now in heaven. From the tribe of Judah. He's a man.
Come on.
Meaning we have that potential to be great, man. Read about our forefathers, man. Read about King David, man. When I was in Hebrew Academy, that's when I first read that scripture about King David practicing martial arts and always training for war.
Train my hands for war.
Yeah. I had never read that before, but I never forgot it. Think about Elijah, man. Elisha. Think about all of these great brothers. You understand? Joshua, Yahushua. Think of all these things, these brothers. Samuel was a bad dude, man. You understand? Like, they try to portray these brothers like poop butts. Right. And all that shit. Them brothers was killers, man. They was warriors, man. Like, when I say the worst thing that you can do is turn a little boy into a little girl, I mean it. Because men were made to be strong, man. Right. We're not made to be weak. I don't know a worse feeling for a man than to feel weak about something. I hate that feeling. We are not made to be weak. We're made to be strong. And how we get strong, you got to be around strong niggas. You can't be around weak men and be strong. You got to be around. Is that it on 3?
Come on.
Who's holding Amos?
Come on. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 3.
9 and 8.
No, Salakia. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Read on.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
So the Most High is watching all of this, man. The wicked king. Is there a kingdom more wicked in America and on this earth? Hell to the no. That wicked kingdom is the most wicked of wickedest of kingdoms, and all the other kingdoms is following behind it.
Right.
Because they found a way to make profit off of wickedness, man. That's what they've done. So he said he's going to destroy it off the face of the earth. But I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. I mean, some of y'all going with him.
Right.
Some of us is going with him. He's not going to utterly destroy Jacob. I mean, he's not going to wipe us out. But some of us is going with him because we love the devil. Okay, you love the devil? Then go with him. I'm telling you, man, if I ever said anything that was true, I hate the devil. I hate the oppressor, man. Because I see how can you love him, man? That's what I can't figure out. I don't want to figure it out. It's not a discussion. Read on. Verse 9.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
Let's stop right there for a second. So when I was a kid, we used to have these little things, all the women, maybe your grandma might still have them. And they used to take the flour and they pour it in there, or the cornmeal, and they would sift it when they were making their cakes and their cornbread, and the fine grains would fall through. And the bigger grains, that's what he's talking about. He's going to sift Israel. Like the brothers in here that's in the truth and that's struggling, man, to do the right thing and to serve the Lord, man. You understand? And it becomes it becomes easier to us as breathing, meaning we have to do it. We have to do it, man. You understand? So the least grain, read on.
Like as corn is shifted in a sieve, yet shall not at least grain fall upon the earth.
Understand? He's going to sift Israel, man. Understand? And those of us that are fine enough to get through, we all going to make it, man. We all going to make it. Like, just the concept of a righteous nation, right? Righteous people, man. I think Captain Nyarthog was talking about it last night, right? A whole nation, man, a whole bunch of people, just community working together, raising these children in righteousness. You understand what I'm saying? And that's achievable. It's achievable. According to the Bible, according to the word of the Lord. Read on.
Verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
That's Christianity as the biggest example.
Right.
Oh, the Lord he forgives. He loves everybody. He forgives. He doesn't want us to die. He's going to grab us all this great umbrella. Where the hell did they get that from? Right. Come on.
It's a lot, good. This is heavy, man, because like Christians don't understand that the Lord, he is evil. Like the Lord is the evil, and evil is trying to get you to stop being a drug dealer, to stop being a homosexual. The evil is the AIDS. The Lord created AIDS, the evil, to stop you from being a homosexual. But these Christians, these sinners, they'll say we're going to keep sinning because the evil will not stop us nor prevent us from sinning. They're going to keep doing it.
I saw it was a debate. I didn't watch it. I just saw the you know, the advertisement or whatever you want to call it online. And it was this one guy. It was these two gay dudes, and they was arguing whether God loves.
Yo,
I'm not debating that. I'm not wasting my time. But you can look it up, man. It's one brother. He's supposed to be the righteous brother, and then there's two Leviticus dudes. And you know they got that little, that little look on their face that shows their countenance, Funny as hell to me. Okay. They think that nothing's going to happen to them. That's Creflo Dollar. I was watching him the other day. I watched him about 15 minutes the other day. I just like to see his game. He changes his game. He's smarter than most of them. He's the most subtle preacher to me.
Right.
Because he changes his game. So now he learns different ways how to get you to give him money. Now he's using sympathy. I don't want you to give me money out of duty. I want you to search your heart. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. He got game. But he don't think this is what he's talking about. Evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. That's what they think. But, brother, I pray you don't think like that. Because the Most High said that the evil of my people, the wicked of my people, I will destroy them. Most High is not playing. That's the thing. Everybody on this earth, every black man born under captivity, every Hispanic man, every Native Indian has issues, man. We all got shit. We all was messed up in some kind of way. Some of us had better families than others. That's all. Some of us families stayed together better than others. That's the only difference, man. But we all not one of us escaped. I don't care if you got money. You didn't escape the oppression. Verse 11, Baba Kashah.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle.
The tabernacle.
The tabernacle.
The tabernacle is
The
the house. It was really a big tent under Moses. The house, right? It's going to break it down. We're going to break it down.
Of David that is fallen.
So the tabernacle, the kingdom of David has fallen because he's the king of Israel. You understand? It's fallen. We've fallen. He said, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle. Come on.
And close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins.
Okay, so now the breaches is the separation in the ideologies, in the brotherhood. Like the greatest thing that we got in this school is the brotherhood, bar none. I don't care. Nobody.
Yeah, right.
The greatest gift that he gave us, and it's in those first two commandments. To love the Most High with all thy heart and thy soul, and to love thy brother as thyself. Man. Upon all the other commandments hinge these two. And it's simply brotherhood, which we ain't know nothing about in the world. We thought we knew what brotherhood was. Meeting a brother in the schoolyard, smoking a joint. That was brotherhood. Getting a 40. You understand? Going picking up a chick. A chippy. How we used to call him, man, I got this little chippy. You understand? Yeah. We thought that was brotherhood. But you come in there and you learn what real brotherhood is. And it's work, brother. It's work. All that bullshit that you carrying around, that I'm carrying around, we got to fight through that and be brothers and keep practicing, man. Don't worry about it. We're going to get there. Just got to keep doing it. Read on.
And I will build it as in the days of old.
So when you think about the kingdom, man, when Solomon built that complex, that temple and that palace and those other places, like he built a whole complex. He didn't just build a temple. He built the king's palace. He built about 7 different buildings, right? And how fly it was, man. I always it's in Chronicles in 1 Kings chapter 6 and 7, man. I love reading about it because it was fly as hell, man. I'm just trying to tell you. The stones were so beautifully cut. They would cut the stones at the quarry and carry the stones to the site of the temple and put put it together like a puzzle. They didn't need brick or mortar. Man, I'm trying to tell you. We some bad people, man. We some great people. You understand? The Most High don't like, he chose us because we the best, man. If we follow him. Yes. Read on. Verse 12.
That they may possess the remnant of remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by name, save the Lord that doeth him this.
Right. So you see, it all comes back to the same thing. The remnant, remember, most of them is going to be ashes under our feet. But the remnant of Edom, remember, brother just read about how he's going to take us and we're going to enslave the Grecians. The Grecians are Edomites. Understand? That they may possess the remnant, the ones that he allows to live of Edom, the Edomites, and all the heathen which are called by my name, meaning we call them Edomites. They call them white people. The Bible calls them Edomites. That's what they are. Ain't nothing white about them. You understand? They chose that. And how old is white? About 200 years, 300 years old? They only been calling themselves white people for the last 200 years, man. They never called themselves white people in Europe. You can search all the records of the Europeans. You will not see one time where they say, well, we were the white people of England. No. It was an Englishman or whatever, but the Bible calls them Edomites, and the Greeks called themselves Idumea, which is the same thing as Edomites. That's who they are. Now, give me Jeremiah. Anybody? Give me Jeremiah 46 and 28.
Come
on. Yeah, 46 and 28. This is about the redemption of Israel with vengeance. Go ahead, read.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 46 and verse 28. Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Lord, for I am with thee, for I will make a full end of all nations, whither I have driven thee. But I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee.
But what?
Correct thee.
But what?
Correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished.
You see how these scriptures go together, man? Like he's saying, I'm going to make a full end to these other nations that did this to you. That's what he's saying. But I'm going to correct you. And you ain't going to go wholly unpunished. We all going to feel it, man. We all feel this oppression, man. Every damn day. You understand what I'm saying? And in our kingdom, if you don't mind me saying, if your pipes burst, we're going to get together and fix your pipe. And they ain't going to charge you a nickel. The oppressor lays the pipe. He makes money charging you water that runs through the pipe, but then when the pipe breaks, he wants you to fix it. That's evil, man. That's evil. That's the oppressor. You understand? He makes evil good and good evil. So I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure. Yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished. We deserve the punishment that we get. And if we don't accept that, you understand, we're not going to understand what's going on. Understand? Let's go to Isaiah 4:14, 1 and 3. We all know this, but I love this a lot. Who's going to get Isaiah for me? Yeah, 14 and 1. And then I need somebody to get Daniel 7 and 18.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
So now, Christians, Muslims, all you people out there, who's going to stop the Most High from doing this? You? That rock over there in Mecca? Who's going to do it? Who's going to stop him from yet choosing Israel, man? Who's going to do it? You understand what I'm saying? Read on.
And set them in their own
We
land.
going back home, yo. I don't know what that's like. I don't. I read about it. I read about it. I even did a class, and I'm going to do in the near future, the Lord allow, about what it's like in the kingdom, right? But I really don't know. But he's telling us here, partially. He ain't telling us what it feels like. He's telling us what it's going to be like. You understand? Come on.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The strangers, of course, are the other nations. They're going to be joined with us, meaning they coming too. They're going to be over there. But read on.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob like a child cleaves to his mother. He's dependent upon us. You understand? Just like we're dependent upon them. This is the redemption with vengeance. This is redemption with vengeance. Redemption is to restore us to our rightful place.
That's right.
Restoration. Come on, read some more.
Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
You understand? We're going to take them to the place where they need to be. Come on.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
Understand? Here it is again in our land. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to possess, remember, we're going to possess the remnant of the heathen and Edom. Here it is again.
Okay.
This is the river of truth that runs to the Bible. The Lord changeth not, man.
Right.
You change, but the Lord does not. You understand? He doesn't change anything. Whatever he purposed, you understand? He going to make it happen, man.
That's right.
He going to make it happen, man. And then we get the benefit of it. But don't think for a minute that it's going to be easy. Anybody in here that's living an easy life, raise your hand. Anybody who's living an easy life, you're in the truth, you're obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, but tell me that you're living an easy life. We're going to move on. Because this is not our place of rest, man.
Right.
That's what that means. It's not where we're going to rest and relax and watch our children play in the street. And the old lady walking down the street, bunch of old ladies, nobody going to fuck with them. Going to die on the spot. You understand? Nobody going to touch them.
Right.
You understand? They ain't going to have no fear. They ain't going to be clutching their purses.
Right.
Nobody going to touch them. Trust me. You understand? That's what we're looking forward to. Right? Read on.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Man, go get, no, I don't want no Edomites getting my food.
That's right.
They can do anything for me. I'm dead ass. If I can remember, they can't touch my food. They ain't gonna be my cook. They're gonna be in the yard, shoveling the shit. You know what I'm saying? Picking cotton, cutting the crops, building up the walls. You know what I'm saying? Clean that mold off of that wall over there and give them a toothbrush. Yeah, we got something for you. Read on.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So the people that took us captive, we're going to take them captive. That's a righteous God right there.
That's right.
Come on.
and they shall rule over their oppressors.
That's music. Can you imagine whipping Donald Trump? Can you imagine that shit? That nigga gonna cry like a bitch. Like, you know who I want? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep saying it. The guy that killed Trayvon, man. Zimmerman, man. If I could, most high. Yeah. Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear. But if I had a choice of all the people in the world, I know it's a lot. But when he killed Trayvon, man, I had so much hate and rage in my heart for what he did. You know, that nigga was selling Skittle bags, man, signing them and selling them. You know what I'm saying? Hoodies with his signature. Like, he glorified in killing that brother, man. And he got off. I would, if I could, if I had a wish, and if I was able to make it into the kingdom, because none of us is saved, let's remember that. Ain't a nigga alive saved yet. Not one. I would take him. Who you want? You take Trump. Give me him. I want him. He killed that brother, man. Little brother was 15 years old with a bag of Skittles. The police told him to leave the brother alone. But his love of murder and blood, man, he didn't listen. That's all. Let me move on. I still get it.
That was after the police killed Tom Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's encouraged.
Yeah. That's all right. But you're gonna be the slave.
That's right.
Who's holding Daniel 7 and 18? Got it? Come on.
Come on. This book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
There it is. It doesn't say that we're going to negotiate.
Mm-mm.
We're not going to beg or ask. This is the spirit that the Most High has to give us. We have to accept the spirit.
Damn right.
You understand? We have to accept that we're in war. This is war for our very soul that they're trying to take from us. And they were winning.
Mm.
They were winning completely till 1969. Till 1969. Because the truth, but it's ever strong, ever conquered. So once the truth comes out, it's over. It's over. It's just a matter of time. Right? You understand? Since 1969, man, we've been teaching this truth. You understand? And we're trying to get our people to understand that. You understand what I'm saying? That the Most High's word is the truth.
Right.
And he's going to bring about, he says you're going to see it. I'm just praying, man.
Lord allow, sir. Lord allow.
But I'm seeing a lot more than I thought I was going to see. So I'm grateful for that, for what I've seen, because the devil, the man of perdition, has been totally revealed, man. You got to be sleeping under a damn rock with earplugs in your ear if you can't see that. Okay, that's it on that?
That's a little more.
Come on, read.
Come on. And possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Even forever and ever. Damn right. Understand? Y'all don't get to rule no more. That's it. Your rulership is over. You had a good time. You raped the earth. You poisoned the earth. You polluted it. You eliminated almost 25% of the animal species on the earth in the last 200 years. Almost 25%. Seven and 18. Y'all mark Baba Shah. Give me Ezekiel 25 and 14. Shakatazar, give me Obadiah. Just go to Obadiah. We'll get there.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25 and verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel.
Again, I know we done read 4 prophets saying the same thing. So you think they made it up? Read on.
And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Understand? Tonight, what we're talking about is redemption with vengeance, because that's righteousness. However you want to cut it, you know, if you're a poop button, you can't take it. You know, you could just go watch something else. If you can't take it, that's it. But in the Isupk, this is music to our ears. Man.
That's right.
This is music, bro. This is like when Solomon was it Solomon or King David was playing that music for Saul?
King David.
Yeah, King David, Baba Kishah, was playing that music for Saul, and Saul, that spirit, he used to play music so good, the demon jumped off of Saul. That's us in the UPK. This is our music right here.
That's right.
These classes, you understand? When Commander Junior Han is teaching, man, I be having fun, man. Especially when they be laughing. Trust me, man. I know y'all be laughing too. Because I be laughing, man. I be laughing. Because I understand why they laughing. You know what I'm saying? And laughing is contagious. Understand? Read on. No, we finished that, right?
Good.
Most High in Christ. So now, Obadiah. You got it, brother? Read verse 10.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
So now it says shame shall cover them. They're not ashamed of Epstein Island. They're not ashamed of being oppressors and destroying people. None of that. They're not ashamed of none of that. You understand? I watched that woman, Pam Bondi, today defend Trump. They said that Trump is they said it today. I thought it was 5,300 times. They said Trump is in the Epstein files. I think, was it Nadia said he was in there 38,000 times. 3 million pages. He having a good time. They released 3 million pages. No. He was in there. I heard 5,300 times, and I thought that was a lot. But Nadia said that he heard that he was in there 38,000 times. And today, they said he was in there thousands upon thousands of times. So I think Nadia might be right. You understand what I'm saying? And then if you in there that many times, I mean, you there every other week. Yeah, but my God, man. And I always keep thinking to myself, where did he get all this money from? He had a ranch out in Texas where he was doing those experiments. You know what I'm saying? He was doing experiments on, we think that, I believe that he was getting out. Doing experiments on him. I can't witness that. I didn't witness that. But it came out that he had a ranch out in Texas where they were doing experiments. That's what he was trying to do, his genetic research. He was trying to get Usain Bolt's DNA. No, block it. Oh boy. He's the devil.
That's
so
right.
What I'm saying is, what's going to cause him to feel shame? Shame shall cover thee. When he's exposed and he's out of power and he's under our power and he's going to be made to realize the shit that he's done was evil as hell against God's chosen people.
That's right.
You go against us, you go against the Most High. You go against us, you're going against Christ. That's when they're going to feel shame. Because I remember reading this, and I believe it was I asked somebody who's higher up, I don't remember exactly who it was, about this scripture. I said, they ain't ashamed of nothing they do. They will be. They will be ashamed for all of the things that they've done against us. You understand? They're going to feel shame. So now, that's it on 10, right? Read verse 18. My shot. Choir bar, give me Jeremiah 51,
This
18
is-
and 20.
This is the book of
Mark Joel 3 and 16.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire,
Mhm.
and the house of Joseph a flame.
So Jacob and Joseph, this is another iteration of the northern and the southern kingdom coming back together. One is a fire and one is a flame. Right? Read.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
For stubble, man. You know how when the forest fire burn up the forest and ain't nothing left but the stubble? That's what it's talking about. Understand? He's going to be for stubble. Read on.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord have spoken it.
So now the word kindle means work. You understand? That means if you're gonna kindle a fire, that means you gotta work to start the fire. You understand? Salaki, it's 51, 19, and 20. That was Obadiah. We read verses 10 and 18, but he's going to read Isaiah 61. But it doesn't matter. Both of them is going to work together. Yeah, give me what you got. 51, 19, and 20. And we love this scripture right here. I pray you understand this. We're going to make you understand.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them.
See, the portion of Jacob is not like them. Who was it? Kendrick Lamar? Who was it? He got it from here, man. The Bible said it first. Come on.
For he is the former of all things.
For he is the former of all things, meaning we create, we make things, we invent, we form things. You understand? The portion of Jacob is not like them being the other nations. For all these other nations, what they did was they took the things that we created and we formed, and they made variants, and some of them they improved upon because they were in power to do so. Right? Read on.
And Israel is the rod of his
You
inheritance.
understand? We get the inheritance, man. We inherit the kingdom from the Most High God. Read on.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
You understand? The Lord of hosts, Yahweh, is his name. Understand? Read 20.
Verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms.
You understand? When he said kindle, man, the fire, that's what he's talking about. Kindle is work, man. Got to do work. This kind of work is for men, warriors, man. You understand? This is not for poop butts, man. It's not. I'm sorry. You understand? And then here, if you don't learn anything, if you stay in here, you're gonna learn how to be a man. You will not be a poop butt and survive in here. You will not. You will not. That's a guarantee. All them poop butts, they leave. They find a little reason. Oh, they hurt my feelings. Oh, they got rank and I didn't. Oh, my rib left me. You understand? Slug.
That just slipped out.
You understand? Hey, man, listen, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like Christ said, he who endures to the end, man. You know what I'm saying? Read on. And I will break pieces. Read it from
Verse
the top
20,
all the way through.
Verse 20.
Yeah.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. Verse 21. And with thee,
So the point is this: we're gonna have to do some work. You understand what I'm saying? And so, in order for us to be able to do this, we have to achieve a certain mindset. That's what the ISUPK is here for, to help us to attain to that mindset. So when Christ comes, we're gonna know what we got to do, and we're going to follow those orders, man. Right. I think that's in Joel, right? When he talks about how we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, walking in yeah. Could you get that for me, bro? You know, you know, like the Most High, he tells us everything.
What's parts? The walking in ranks.
Yeah. I want that part.
Cut.
And then go to 3 and 16.
Cut. This is Joel chapter 2. See, I'll start at verse 5. Like the noise of chariots, on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble. As a strong people set in battle array. Verse 6. Before their face, the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness.
That means they're going to be scared shitless. That's what that means. Come on.
Verse 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks.
You know what I'm saying? You ever see these movies where they have these little cartoon armies and they just keep marching and they knock down buildings? Yo, man. Like, go ahead, brother. Go ahead,
If
bro.
I could just with that blackness, like the Lord gonna be destroying these cities. So as these buildings is crawling, like y'all seen them videos of 9/11, and y'all see the new videos coming out, all that soot is all on their face, that dust, like that blackness covering their face, man. They gonna be so afraid that everything is just coming down. It's gonna be dust and smoke everywhere. Like that's gonna be a time, you know. So like
Good time for us. I lost my brother on 9/11. You know, he got soot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, he got out of the building, but the soot stuff got in him. He got cancer and he passed, you know.
good night. It's lucky.
Yeah. It's a terrible thing, man. Yeah. My brother's name was Michael. You know, he crazy name. But anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna tell a quick story. Like, he was a custodian. He was on the 95th floor. And when the first plane hit, he was in the second building. And they evacuated the building. But for some reason, they told him to go back in the building. He didn't go back in. But he said he ran over by 7 World Trade Center. That's the building that nobody was able to answer why that one collapsed. You know, it was 7. It was a 47-story building, and it collapsed also. And he said he was over there, and when the towers fell, he got like, I was in Harlem, right, delivering mail, Slovakia, just real quick. And I was by the, you ever see I don't know, they don't have them down here. They got the green boxes. Those are relay boxes. So I was taking mail out of the relay boxes, and all the people, this was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and all the people that was from downtown, they was walking uptown because they cut off all the subways. And the people had to walk to the Bronx to get transportation because all the transportation in Manhattan was shut down. And I saw them walking. They was like zombies. They had all that soot. I'll never forget that. That's the most striking thing that I saw that day live. I'll never forget that. They was walking up 8th Avenue like with suitcases and stuff and their clothes, and they had all that stuff on them. It was horrible, man. You know, my brother was missing for 2 days. It's like I'm getting too much personal shit. But anyway, Joel 3:16, Baba Kashab.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 16. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel.
So now, Christians, when did this happen? It didn't. Not yet. Who's going to stop them? Right. You understand? Like, what this earth has in front of it is beyond anything, just like the scripture said, beyond anything that they ever heard or imagined. Because they don't believe in the Most High. They don't know him. They think that this is some pimp game that they could pimp the earth with. Because if you believed in the Most High and you feared the Most High, you wouldn't be doing all this wickedness out here. You wouldn't be a Christian. You understand what I'm saying? But they don't believe in the Most High at all. They think that just nothing, what it say, nothing evil, nothing bad is going to happen to us.
God.
That's what they think. I don't think that. Because we've all had bad things happen to us in this life. So who's going to stop the Most High from doing you harm? Understand what I'm saying? The Most High said, fear me. That's love. To fear God is to love him. And to obey him is to love him, man.
Right.
Because he's capable of doing these things, man. And the devils are not. Fear him. Fear not him, I'm going to paraphrase, who can destroy the body. But fear him who can destroy the body and soul in hell.
That's right.
And that's where we're at right now, in hell. Understand? Like, they can have fun doing what they do, but we're going to have fun too. More fun than them. That's it on that?
Come.
Give me Isaiah 60.
It's like 61 or 60.
60 and 1 and 2.
Oh, come on. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Most High is risen upon thee. Verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Now, go to verse 10.
Verse book of Isaiah, chapter 60.
But just let me just say this. You know, this is happening now. You understand? The light of the Lord is coming down on us, man, because we see the truth. That's the light. And the life is how we are to live. You understand?
Damn.
The truth is coming down upon us. Remember, we were in the pit and there was no water. You understand? Now we out of the pit and now the light is coming down to us. This is the light. The Isupk is the light.
That's right.
Read verse 10.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls,
Ooh-wee.
and their kings shall minister unto thee.
Ooh-wee. Hey, come here, Trump. You understand what I'm saying? Go get my whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
As long as it ain't my food.
Yeah, no, don't touch it.
I love making fun of them because like they deserve it, man.
Right.
There's nothing that we can say against them that's wrong. They deserve all of this hatred, man. Because that's all they've given us, man.
Right.
They giving us hatred. They hate their own people, man. They molest their own children, man.
Mm.
They kidnap and murder their own children, make them into beef jerky. That shit crazy to me. I ain't see that one coming. But that's what the general said the other night. Niggas talking about beef jerky. And somebody, was it Keanu Reeves?
Mm-hmm.
They said he went to one of them parties and they had a black man in the freezer, a body, and he left and he never went back. They like that dark meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real, man. This is real. Like, they cannibals, man.
Right.
They was eating children, man. That's in the Epstein files, man. Jesus Christ. Read on.
Come. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
You understand? He was mad at us, so he spanked us. Mm-hmm. So now he want to have mercy on us, man. Mercy on us. Those of us that believe and come into the truth, man, and do this work. Our work is not going to come back void. It's not going to, like the work that we do when we go to camp on Saturday, whatever we do out there is going to have its desired effect, man. All of us, man, we came into this truth. You understand what I'm saying? Because we are looking for truth. We're looking for something. And we found it. And those of us that remain, we saw the value of it. And we believed and feared in the Lord. You understand? And stayed in here. And now, man, I'm scared to go out.
Damn right.
Can you imagine yourself not in the truth? Try and do it. That's some scary shit. I tried. It scared me, man. But you got to deal with a whole different... It's a whole nother world out there, y'all. And it ain't nice.
Right.
Any more?
A lot. That was it.
That was 12?
That was 10.
No, read up to 12.
Come. Verse 11.
Almost out of time. We're going to go over like 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Come. Book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. Verse 12, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Understand? Meaning, if those nations, it's plain and simple. Those nations that don't want to serve, like, it's not going to be voluntarily. They're going to be forced to do it.
Right.
Because if Christ doesn't come back and take the kingdom from them, they never give it up. They're never going to give it up. You think he's going to volunteer? He won't even admit the Epstein file.
Right.
You think he's going to give up the kingdom? The children of Israel got to take. The saints will take the kingdom.
Right.
Meaning with Christ. Because Christ starts everything. And he's going to cause them to lose heart. And then they belong to us. Those of us that remain. That's what we just read, ain't it? Okay. That's it on 12? Okay, so now, Isaiah 61, choir bar 61, 5, and I guess, let me get there. Hold on a second. Isaiah 61. Because, like, they're going to come to know how we felt, how we feel. They're going to come to know it. You understand? And this is not going to be good for them.
Come.
They're gonna feel that shame. Come on.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 5. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
You see how they got the Hispanics out there picking the fruits and stuff? That's what they're gonna be doing.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna be behind the plow, behind the mule. You understand? Read on.
Verse 6. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves.
Verse 7.
Verse 7.
I mean, like, okay, I think these scriptures are like, they speak for themselves, kind of like, I don't really need that much of a breakdown of them, right? Right? Read verse 7.
Verse 7. For your shame ye shall have double.
You understand? For the shame that we felt, the shame that we always feel that we got to feel. You understand? When they portray us as criminals, right. When they sold some ignorant brother or sister saying something or doing something stupid on television, on social media, we say, damn. You know, I remember years ago when we used to hear about crimes, we used to say, damn, I hope it ain't a brother that did it.
Right.
Thank you, brother. Most I ain't cry. You understand? That's the shame that they put on us. But for that shame, we're going to get double happiness. Read on.
And for confusion, they shall rejoice in their portion.
You understand? The confusion that they gave us was mainly Christianity. And the fact that they try to say that we were Africans. That's all of the confusion right there in a nutshell. African Christians. That's the confusion. You understand? Read on.
Therefore, in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them.
Therefore, in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. You understand? That's what we're looking forward to. That's our hope. Like, we're going to be in life. It's going to be life. But instead of shame and, disgrace, you're going to be happy because you're going to see your children, your grandchildren grow up. They're going to be strong and healthy. They're going to follow the Most High. They're going to follow us in faith. They're going to do great things. You understand what I'm saying? When you're a child, you're going to look up and your father's a good man. That's my daddy. That's my father right there. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to have, those are the things. Your mother's going to be righteous. Your sister's going to be righteous. That's the joy of life. You understand what I'm saying? I always say this. There's one thing that there's not one person alive knows, and that's how to live under a righteous king. There's not a person alive that knows that because he hasn't done it. Come on, read on.
Verse 8. For I, the Lord, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offering. And I will direct their work in truth.
Direct their work in what?
In truth.
One more time.
I will direct their work in truth.
In truth, man. Truth. That's why we call it the truth, because we working in the truth right now.
That's right.
I will direct their work in truth. So what are we saying in the Isupk that's not true? According to the Bible, according to the word of God. What are we teaching that is not true? Nothing. You understand? We ain't afraid of this world, man. The hell with this world. I pray every day that this place burn up, that Christ come.
That's right.
And I ain't got to turn on my TV and see that orange devil, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to see his little minions and them liars. I only want to listen because I want to be aware.
Right.
Got something?
I don't usually do politics. I don't watch it, but it be popping up on my TV now all of a sudden. So I just be leaving it on, and I just remember, watching how when the government collapsed, how the Republicans would get up there and try to put the blame on the Democrats. Like they were like, "It's the Democrats. Why? This is why we. Why would you ever be a Democrat? They know that we need to come to it." Then the Democrats would get up there and say, "Oh, it's the Republicans," and it's like, man, it's like without being in the truth, you would believe that nonsense. Like
Democracy.
you would fall. Like I always say, the white man is like the Riddler. That's like his superhero. Like the white man want to be Superman and Batman and all of this. The white man's superhero is the Riddler because you just a liar. You want to trick everybody into falling into your traps and into your games, man. I just remember just seeing those politics. It's funny that you brought that up, man, because the way that they talk, it's like they ain't got a real bone. Like, you know how niggas talk. Niggas that get up here and be like, hey, look, listen, this is what it is. Look, we need this, and this is this, and that's what it's gonna have to be.
Both of them is on Epstein Island.
For sure.
Both of them. The Republicans, the Democrats could have brought it out. They had power. When did Epstein go to jail? I think in 2008, somewhere around there, 2004, back then. They had the Epstein files at least 2015. Obama was president. You understand? Biden was president. They covering up for the rich people that really control things. They was doing things that's out of this world, right? On that island, man. Out of this world. Like black people, Hispanic people, the stuff that they were doing, I don't even think we would even think of it. Like we get our mate and go in the room and do what we do. We don't look at an animal and say, "Whoa, that's a fine looking goat." Shit crazy, man.
That come from being in them caves.
Yeah. That's real talk. There's in them caves, cold,
crawling around. Dirty.
That wolf was looking good. That mountain goat. Yeah. You know, gonorrhea is an enzyme in goats. It exists in goats until this day. You can look it up. There's things inside of animals that we should never. That's why we got to cook our food, man. Not them. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody ever seen a steak commercial with a full cooked steak? In my whole life, I've not seen one. Every steak commercial or advertisement, they got that red in it. Because he's a devil. Did we read verse 9?
A little bit more. 8.
8, yeah, Rev. Read.
And I will make an everlasting covenant with them. Verse 9.
So now, Christians, he says he will make an everlasting covenant with us. That's not the covenant he made with Moses. It's the covenant with Christ that they're talking about here. You understand? That we're under now. The new covenant or the New Testament. Right? Come on, read on.
Okay. And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Lord have blessed.
Understand? They're going to come to know that we are the seed that the Lord has blessed. And we're the chosen people of God. We're the greatest people that ever graced the face of the earth. We're the descendant of those people, and we are those people. And these people, these other nations are going to come to know it soon. Very soon. There's one thing I'm trying to figure out. and then we're going to close it down. I got a couple of more scriptures, but I think we got our point across tonight. I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to get Russia to go into the Middle East, because that's the prophecy in Ezekiel 39. Is that Russia is going to go, Gog and Magog is going to move in the land of Israel, not the people of Israel, but into the land, meaning they're coming into the Middle East for the war as part of Armageddon or the last war, right? That's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking, what's going to make it? Oh, not Jew met with Trump today. Yeah, today at the White House. And they plotting on Iran. Understand? Because they done divided the Islamic states. They done punked them. They won't even stand up to fight together. A house divided cannot stand. So they've surgically, because when I was a young man, long time ago, when I was a young man, the Arab world was united. Not no more. Them Saudis sold out. Ain't that the home of Mecca, where the rock is at? That's in Saudi Arabia, ain't it? Yeah, it is. I know. But now they've divided them. And when they move in on Iran, the other Arab states are not going to help them. Matter of fact, they're going to allow the United States to use bases in their territories. United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. Understand? So my thing is this going to be what's going to cause Russia to come in? Something's going to go down because Russia got to make that move. Understand? When you see that move, come on. So it wasn't the Palestinians, it was there you go. See that? Because see, America's fighting a proxy war in the Ukraine. You understand what I'm saying? Trump just trying to figure out how to make more money off it. That's what he tried to do. So now Russia, that's another reason why they went into Venezuela, because Venezuela was trying to get China and Russia to help them. But America went in quick, said, nah, we ain't having that shit. You understand? So at some point, according to the word of God, Russia, Magog in the Bible, Gog in the Bible, is going to make a move into the Middle East. And it's going to attack the land, not the people, because the people ain't there no more. The land of Israel. That's in Ezekiel 39. You understand? So look what this brother just brought out. Because Russia's not going to sit back and just keep taking it. They might align themselves with Iran. That's what I was looking at. You understand? But we're going to see. All right? Listen, the Most High intends for us to rule the earth. That's what he intends. And who's going to disannul it? Who's going to stop him from getting what he wants? That's the question. With that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Mike Shaw. The water for everybody for tuning in. Yo, we going through a lot, everybody. Keep your chin up, man. Stay together, man. Call your brother, man. If you're going through something, call your brother. That's right. Call your sister, man. Fuck all of this bullshit. Call your brother. Talk to your brother. There's somebody in that school you like. Somebody you could get along with. If we are mock, you don't mind. You know, I've been going through a lot of shit. And on Super Bowl Sunday, that brother right there called me and invited me to his house for the Super Bowl party. And I'm being real, man. Actually made me feel so good, man. I was like, damn, that's just what I needed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I needed, man. I needed that. And I couldn't go because it's another situation that I ain't gonna speak on. But man, I'm trying to tell you, man, I was so like, that shit was like a godsend to me. Just a brother reaching out. That's what I got to say, man. So just stay in here. You understand what I'm saying? And just love the Lord. Obey the Lord. We got to battle with our women. Some of them halfway in the world, they don't want to submit. But we're going to win because we're men. We're men. And that's what we got to be. As long as we men and obey the Lord, we on top. Because that's the nature of creation. Shalom, everybody.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, in Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. You give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy convocation be the Feast of Purim, happening March 2nd and 3rd. It's like 2nd and 3rd of March. Give what you can't believe to find out more information. Upcoming holy convocation. I'm Slack. Remind Akim and Aquathan to check on social media such as ICPK. Oh, Slack you. The Lord's 57th annual Passover happening this April 4th in Texas, Houston, Texas. So remember to pay your Passover fee. That's $200 per adult. You understand? BH Ranch, right? Come, B&H Ranch. So be there. Remind Akim and Aquathan to check on social media such as ICPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ICPK events and materials. If a brother wishes to be a trooper in the school, he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, I majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Sar, turn and face the teacher. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute unto the teacher. Men of Israel, Ma'al Shabbat, Amajim, Barak. Yajbatan hands down. Men of Israel, Sar, turn and face the sisters. Sisters, Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute unto our sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim, Shabbat, Amajim, Barak. Sign Christ. Yajmatah hands down, class dismissed.
They use it the